In the invasion of Ukraine, men and women are defending their state for the 15th day and have been repelling attacks in key areas. Now, President Zelensky has confirmed that 3 people, including 1 child, were killed in the Mariupol maternity hospital bombing and says Russia's claim that there were no patients in the hospital is a lie. According to the Ukrainian president, he says the Russians have created a humanitarian catastrophe. There is more in this report.
Ukraine's president says his country cannot stop the war against Russia on its own and asks that nations must now act before it's too late. Speaking in Ukraine's capital city, Mr. Volodymyr Zelensky reiterates his call for the West to impose a no-fly zone. He also accuses countries of being indecisive on the issue of closing the skies against what he called the Nazis.
Don't wait me asking you several times, million times, close the sky. No, you have to phone us to our people who lost their children and say, sorry, we didn't do it yesterday.
In Mariupol, mothers and children may still be trapped as the result of the airstrike on the hospital. The number of victims is still unknown, while rescuers are still working at the site of the airstrikes. According to reports, Russian aircraft dropped an air bomb in the afternoon, where the maternity wards were full of mothers and staff. The central part of the city was also bombed. And in the direction of Kramatorsk, the occupiers used a ballistic missile from the Iskander complex. In the meantime, Russia's defense ministry acknowledged that some army conscripts were taking part in the special military operation in Ukraine, acting in the rear echelon. The acknowledgement came after previous denials by Russian President Vladimir Putin, who said only professional soldiers and officers were taking part in the operation. Satellite images taken Wednesday morning show extensive damage to civilian infrastructure in and around the besieged southern Ukrainian city of Mariupol, a U.S. private company said. Maxar Technology said extensive damage was noted on residential homes, high-rise apartment buildings, grocery stores and shopping centers, including the Port City shopping mall in the west of the city. The imagery was collected before a reported bombing and shelling of a children's hospital in the city. Consequently, Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu and Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba met on Thursday on the sidelines of the Antalya Diplomacy Forum in Turkey. The foreign ministers of Turkey, Ukraine and Russia will meet with the aim of reaching lasting peace as the Russia-Ukraine war enters its 15th day.
So we're going to continue to talk to the Ukrainians about their needs.
Meanwhile, spokesperson for the Pentagon, Mr. John Kirby, says the Pentagon does not support the idea of transferring additional aircraft to the Ukrainian Air Force at this time. His comments come after Poland said it wants to send fighter planes to Ukraine with the help of the United States.
That we don't believe additional aircraft is the most effective answer to meeting those needs in the conflict. Now, look, sovereign nations can decide for themselves what they want to do, but this idea, the proposal of transferring these jets to our custody, then transferring to Ukraine, that is something that we are not going to explore right now.